Ayo, what's good YouTube? It's your boy Marquez to go back at it with another reaction. Today we're checking out something kind of random, but something not really that random, considering stuff I've checked out before. It's called This Video Is a Lie by Aperture. I will leave links to the original video down below in the description. You can check it out over there. I just found this dude like a few days ago. I watched a shower thoughts video and I liked it a lot, so I figured I'd check this out. And the title kind of pulled me in, you know. I wonder what he's about to lie about, but I don't know, so let's check it out. So I'll right into this. Turn this up a little bit.
Time travel is
never mind
and can have drastic effects. Imagine a world where you were the last living grandson of Hitler.
Oh God.
You grew up reading and learning the terrible things that your grandfather did, and you realize that this isn't what you want your family to be known for. And so, you spend your entire life solving the issue of time. Time only moves forward. That is, until now. After years of work, you finally achieve your life's goal. You've built a fully functional time machine.
Nice.
So you go back in time to 1930. You find and carefully kill your grandfather. Congratulations, you're a murderer.
I was about to say, but wouldn't that just prevent him from ever being born? So technically what he just did never happened? That kind of could send you down a whole other wormhole, I think.
But you've also
I don't even know.
the death of tens of millions of other people. But now, since your grandfather no longer exists, neither does one of your parents.
Exactly.
And subsequently, neither do you.
Exactly.
So if you don't exist, then who killed your grandfather? This is known as the grandfather paradox. It sounds absurd at first glance, but on closer inspection, you find out that it is, in fact, logical. Does the timeline you're living in snap off into a new one, or have you literally changed history forever? Well,
with an event like that, yeah, probably.
You're just impacting your new present. If you were to travel back to day 2021, what might the world look like? Would it even exist? Paradoxes are all around us, and you would be surprised at how common they are in our day-to-day lives. I'm sure everyone watching this video has been to the beach before.
Facts.
And if you
I hate the beach.
Well, you should try it sometime.
Overrated.
It is beautiful.
Overrated.
Some sand make really nice sandcastles.
That's
Until
true.
The tides knock them over and
still overrated though.
Ruin them. But wait, what makes a heap of sand a heap of sand? Let's say this.
What?
This heap of sand contains 1 million grains of sand. Let's remove just a single grain of sand. Does it still remain a heap? Yes? Well, how about I take out another? And another? If your answer is still yes, then we must come to the conclusion that even after I take out 999,998 grains of sand, it still remains a heap of sand. Let's take a different approach.
That's weird. Why'd he do that, bro? Because, like, it's true, I guess, in a situation like that, because they're so small, no matter how much you take out or add to it, it's probably still weird. This is why we have units of measurement, bro. Because that's weird. That's confusing.
Starting with 1 grain of sand, we go from 1 to 10 to 10,000. At what point does it become a heap of sand again? We apply labels to so many things, mostly for visual purposes, but in theory, things can get pretty confusing.
Man.
The most expensive cruise ship in the world is named the Symphony of the Seas, and it costs nearly $1.5 billion to create.
What?
The features aboard the ship include 22 restaurants, 24 pools, an ice skating rink, and even a full-size basketball court. For
that seems interesting.
The ship better be original, a one-of-a-kind vessel. After 3 years on the sea, it's safe to say that this ship is still, in fact, original. But as we all know, things go bad, things break, and over time, things begin to need to be replaced. So, let's say in 10 years, the Symphony of the Seas renovates its ice skating rink. 20 years after that, the ship's restaurants are all renovated. Then, in 50 years, all the steel forming the ship is replaced with new steel. At that point, can we still call the ship original?
Nah. See, I believe in that type of situation, especially with like anything to do with construction, like automotive especially. It's more of an original replica rather than being original or a replica. It's just an original replica. That's the original frame. It's the original boat. That was the original Symphony of the Seas, but it's not the actual Symphony of the Seas. That one that we look at today is not going to be the same one we look at in 70 years. That's just not possible. But it is technically the original one. Now, if they completely rebuilt, if they had another $1.6 billion to make another one, and they just, when this one had, it's time to renovate, they just put it in a museum and then put out a new one, then yeah, this would still be the original. But if they change things, it's not original anymore, because it's like the parts of the whole are no longer the original parts. They weren't the first that were fabricated. They're not the first that were cut and fit and all that. So I don't think it would be original. That's just my opinion, though.
Symphony of the Seas. What if all the old parts that we took off the ship were used to make an entirely brand new ship? Which of these two ships would you call the original Symphony of the Seas?
Okay, see, that's kind of a weird paradox.
Parts replaced, or the one that was made from all the replaced parts? What makes something original?
At that point, just name it something different.
Humans are just like that ship. If you look at a picture from when you were a baby and compare it to what you look like now, you would see a world of difference.
Facts.
You have new hair, new teeth. You've grown a little taller, got a bit heavier, and maybe you even changed complexion slightly.
True.
So, are you original? Now you might say, oh, it's your thoughts and actions that make you an original person. But most of us used to believe that an old fat guy flew around the planet and somehow brought presents down all of our chimneys in a single night.
I never felt for that, but
So
yo, I think with people, there's no real sense of originality physically. It's more mentally, existentially, consciously. Like your skin regenerates every 30 days or something like that. So technically you haven't been original ever, because every month for your entire life, what you literally see has not been the same. It hasn't. It might look the same, it might feel the same, but it's not actually the same. That's why people, shed severely sometimes or whatever. Especially when they get sunburnt, that skin has to regenerate, it has to come back. So whoever they were the day before they went to the beach is not the same person the day after, because they're literally not the same. But at the same time, it's not like you were cloned or anything. You're built different, literally. But all your memories, all your functions, everything you like, everything in your brain is still you. So I feel like in that case, then yeah. But that's like saying if you get surgery and you get like a heart transplant or like a lung transplant or something, then that's not originally you. I mean, because technically it's not, but I mean, I don't know. This is weird, bro.
That babies came from the store when you were a kid. And unless you still believe those things now, your thoughts and convictions have also changed.
Kind of.
What exactly makes you original? What makes you, you? It's not so simple. Speaking of original, have you ever heard of the term anti-Stratfordian?
Absolutely not.
However, these are people who don't believe that William Shakespeare wrote the works that were attributed to him. It might sound like a dumb hoax, but people like Mark Twain, Helen Keller, Sigmund Freud, and even Prince Philip all believe this theory. The argument they claim is that Shakespeare didn't have the education or traveling experience to write the works that he did. But if William Shakespeare...
I feel like Shakespeare is just overrated. I ain't never seen no picture of Helen Keller. Mark Twain made, one or two good books. Whoever else he said don't matter, because you get taught their stuff in high school and that's it. But either way, it does not matter whether he wrote the stuff or not. Bro's overrated.
And write the books. Then who did? The bootstrap paradox...
Yo, mama wrote them.
It's the year 2109, and a young boy named William, who was in love with the works of Shakespeare, stumbled upon a time machine. So, as any normal person wouldn't do, he got inside the machine and set the time to 1610, the height of Shakespeare's popularity. Upon his arrival, he went in search of the famous playwright in London where he was working at the time. The boy asked a few people, but no one knew where to find the great Shakespeare. In fact, they had never even heard the name before. Confused and devastated, the boy didn't know what was going on. But then he remembered that he always carries a copy of Romeo and Juliet in his bag, because who doesn't, right?
Gross.
So he wrote his book, rewrote it, and published it under the name William Shakespeare, in honor of his idol. But if there was no William Shakespeare to begin with, who wrote the Romeo and Juliet that he brought with him?
For real?
This is the bootstrap paradox. An object or piece of information that is sent back in time essentially becomes trapped in the past in an infinite cause-effect loop. It has no point of origin. Now, in our scenario, that boy is stuck in what is known as a causal loop. In the future, in 2109, as a young boy, he'll stumble upon the Romeo and Juliet book again, and the exact same sequence of events will happen again and again and again. Forever.
That's crazy.
This begs the question.
That'd be a sick movie, though, to be honest. I'd watch that, because you can make it like 5 hours long, and it wouldn't, be that different.
How do we know that we aren't just reliving what has already happened?
Facts.
How are we sure that every day we wake up, we're not stuck in a causal loop as well?
See, that kind of begs the question, what is deja vu for real? Because that's something I experience, a few times a year. Happened the other day. Literally, I was watching Dante's stream, and I literally, without any knowledge of what was about to happen, remembered exactly what he was about to say, what he was about to bring up, all that stuff. And I never watched that stream. It was a live stream. How am I gonna, see that before it comes out? It was live. But deja vu happens all the time. So, have we done this before?
Here's the question. If we were, we would never know.
Exactly.
Although we can remember the past, we can't remember the future. So we would never know if something that's about to happen has already happened. Deja vu gets us pretty close, though. Literally translating to already seen, deja vu is the feeling that you've experienced the present situation before. But what if deja vu isn't just a feeling? What if we're truly reliving that present event again and again, and we can only remember it in parts because our brains just aren't strong enough to retain all the information in the loop?
Who knows?
The worse our observation skills become. Our brains feel like we already understand how the world works, and so we draw conclusions about things that we can never say for sure are true. How do you know the light in the fridge is off if you've never seen it for yourself?
Well, I know because I figured out the lever and I've pressed it before while the fridge was open. So I know for sure it's off.
And no one hears it. Does it make a sound? You can make assumptions, but you can never be certain.
Facts.
This paradox is called Schrodinger's cat, and the way it was originally phrased is a lot more grim. Basically, you put a cat in a box with poisonous gas and a radioactive atom that has a 50% chance of decaying within the next hour.
What? Why would you do that to a cat?
It triggers the gas, which then kills the cat. However, the radioactive decay is completely random, and so no one can tell when exactly that might happen. What is the state of the cat before Schrodinger opens the box? Is it dead or alive? Essentially, Schrodinger is saying that until the box is opened, the cat must be thought of as both alive and dead. It exists in a blurred reality.
What?
When Schrodinger observes it, the cat then fits into a single reality. Who knows? Maybe the other possibility happens in a parallel universe. Until the box is opened, neither outcome can be certain. Alright, we went pretty dark there for a moment.
For real, that was real dark.
There's a rainbow after every storm. What is there? The rainbow only exists when we look at it. When you take your eyes away, the rainbow ceases to exist. This isn't a paradox, it's just really fun to think about.
Facts.
Rainbows are basically optical illusions formed by raindrops, the sun, and the angle we're seeing everything from. This is why you can never see the end of a rainbow. No matter how fast or how far you move, the rainbow will always stay the same distance away from you. While scientists give this explanation for the existence of a rainbow, religious people attribute it to the work of a deity, a god. But whether you believe in a god or you believe in nothing, this causes me to question things. It brings to mind the omnipotence paradox. Can an omnipotent being create a rock too big for themselves to lift? Think about it for a second. If you say yes, then they aren't omnipotent because there now exists something they cannot do, a rock they cannot lift. And if you say no, then how can they be regarded as omnipotent if they can't do anything and everything? Well, if we ever find this omnipotent being, maybe they'll also be omniscient and finally put this paradox to rest. Until then, we keep searching. Searching for knowledge, or learning, is a fundamental part of life. It's what's gotten us this far as a species. We saw the world around us, asked questions about how it works, got answers, and we learned. Or at least this is what the scientific method describes to us. But the truth is, we never learn anything new by asking questions. We only learn answers that already existed.
Facts.
In the words of Socrates, a man cannot search either for what he knows or for what he does not know. He cannot search for what he knows, since he knows it. There is no need to search. nor for what he does not know, for he does not know what to look
But say he doesn't know it's there.
Which is a strange quote, because every scientific, technological, and philosophical breakthrough we have achieved has come from asking questions. Or has it? A while ago I made a video titled, "The English Language is a Giant Meme," because it is.
Facts.
Creating that video didn't only open my eyes to the many confusions in the language, but it also kept my eyes open to finding even more discrepancies in the future. The word autological refers to a word that describes itself. Multisyllabic is multisyllabic.
True.
A noun is a noun. And English is English. Heterological, on the other hand, refers to words that do not describe themselves. Blue isn't blue. Hyphenated isn't hyphenated. And triangle isn't a triangle. Autological is autological, since it describes itself. But is heterological heterological? If you say no, that means it describes itself, which means it is heterological.
What?
But then if you say yes, that means it does not describe itself, which means it is heterological. The endless loop continues forever.
Bro,
Anyway,
what?
I have a confession to make. This entire video was a lie. If that statement is true, then everything in this video is a lie, including that statement, which means everything in this video is true. But if everything in the video is true, then that statement must also be true. But if that statement isn't true,
Bro,
it isn't.
just stop with the loops,
got it?
man.
Good.
Stop with the loops,
Is
bro.
anything I said true?
I don't know, is it?
anything truly real? I'll let you decide on that one. Besides, time travel is confusing and can have drastic effects.
This man, bro, he finna catch some hands acting like that. Yo, that whole video, bro. Just loops and endless questions and just crazy stuff that nobody should be thinking about. It be like that though. And I like watching stuff like this because it really kind of just makes you think in ways that you don't normally think. You're not only thinking outside of the box, you're kind of questioning the box or wondering if there is a box or if there was a box or whether you're inside it or not, or if you're in the box looking at a box. It's just a whole thing, man. You really just be thinking like deep, but that's the fun of it. That's the fun of it. But yo, what really is life? Like for real. That's crazy. But yeah, shout out to Aperture. I will leave link to the original video down below in the description. You can check it out over there. I don't even know what to say, man. That's tough. Whenever I watch stuff like this, it kind of just leaves me thinking, and that's all I can do. I can never really translate like thoughts into words after. But it'd be like that though, for sure. But yeah, like I said, shout out to Aperture though. Dude makes some crazy videos, and the editing is crazy. The editing is absolutely insane. So shout out to him and his editor if he has one. I don't know if he edits his own stuff. I literally just found this dude. I don't know anything about him, or even if it's a him. I don't know. Probably, but who knows? But yeah, let me know your thoughts on time travel and loops and cats. I guess I don't know. But that's gonna be it for this reaction. Hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.